every post is a signal. Give it fuel. Boost eggs, the social value layer.
Let's go. Good morning, my friends. It's your old pal Peace Love Music with another episode of the Let's Go Good Morning Show, brought to you live by DeOrganized Media in partnership with our amazing friends at Bitcoin Live Decentralized Broadcasting. As you can see in the window behind me, it's a little bit stormy and windy as the trees are just blowing all over the place. Getting a little cooler out, heading into the really getting some fall weather finally. It was kind of like a little bit of an extended late summer season for us around my parts up in the southern New England area. I hope y'all had a blessed weekend. I know that things kind of got a little scary on Friday, and I hope nobody was too badly hurt. We constantly try to remind you guys to, on top of doing your own research, to never invest money you can't afford to lose, especially if you're engaging in leverage, super high risk. Even if your conviction's right, leverage can get you wrecked very quickly. So, like our old friend Dr. Grandiavolo, no rock number 6660 in the collection, the most cursed rock in the most cursed ordinals collection there is, was a little down also. But we're not out. We're never out, and if you're here for the right reasons, things like what happened on Friday don't bother you. It's an opportunity potentially if you're well positioned. But even in the worst case situation, we're building, we're developing, we're contributing, we're growing. And that's what we're here for. So a severe correction, which is what happened on Friday. Those happen, by the way. If this is your first cycle or even your second cycle, you may not be used to these things. But people that have been around for a long time know that this is common. This is normal. It was deep and it was quick and it's a little greasy how, in my opinion, this is just my personal opinion. I was on the Purple Pill Friday on a show with Dan and Brad. And when I heard that the markets had crashed like they did, I think Stacks being an example, it was down to like 22 cents. I couldn't get any exchanges to accept my orders when it was down that low. It took a while to get any orders accepted at all. I was able to trade on Bitflow. Velar had a little bit of trading, but they had some token issues as well. I mean, a liquidity shock is going to be problematic for exchanges sometimes. But Bitflow was working fine the whole time. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on where you stand from, the prices never got down that low on Bitflow, at least not what I experienced. It was already back up to around 40 cents when I looked at it. But the point is that that's an opportunity. But the institutions do not really cater to the average retail user to be able to take advantage of that. We've seen this before with Robinhood and Coinbase, and I'm not saying anything negative against those two companies in general, but somebody was able to buy at those prices and it wasn't the average user. And I wonder why that is. Seems like the recovery might have actually happened a lot quicker too if trading hadn't been suspended or systems had actually been proper stress tested. And let me actually get into the news. Again, friendly reminder, this is a news show. We're providing news and information, some entertainment, hopefully some education, but never financial advice. Always do your own research. Never invest money you cannot afford to lose. It's very important that you follow that paradigm, because we are not providing financial advice. We are only providing you with the opportunity to learn about what's happening in the stacks, in the broader crypto ecosystem, Bitcoin, stacks, etc. And we do not ever encourage or advise on any kind of specific trades. So always do your own research and never invest money you cannot afford to lose. That being said, let me bring up the numbers. Oh, that's actually not so bad this morning, guys. We're really not even that far off. Even the 7 days for the majors. Bitcoin's coming in at 114,615. That's solid. Ethereum's over $4,100. BNB is still pushing $1,300. What's everyone crying about? Solana's still just under 200. It's down a little bit from where it was, but still recovering nicely. Let's take a look at Stacks. I know Stacks has a little bit more work to do. Coming in at 47.31 cents. That seems like a bargain to me, my friends. Up 10% in the last 24 hours, down 23% over the last 7 days. And again, that's with the shakeout. Still holding on to number 80. Actually, I think Stacks moved up a little bit in market cap on CoinMarketCap. And the top, Fair and Green, by the way, went down to 40. So we're still just into neutral range, but we're way closer to that fear range. Again, that's also oftentimes a good time to look at some projects you might be interested in and fill in some bags. Synthetics, BitTensors, Tau, and Render are the top 3 gainers over the last 24 hours. Mutable, Liberty Fi, and SPX rounding out the top 6. Some interesting projects on there. Let's take a look at STX Tools. STXtools.io is the place to go when you're looking to do research on stacks-related projects. And again, this is where trading was not accessible. This is where trading came back on stacks. And this is just stacks. So just be aware. Some things happen with less than natural catalysts, let's say. Always hedge. Never trust that the system's going to just do what you expect it to do. And our top gainers on STX the last 24 hours are Nasty, Flat Earth, UAP, Leo, Welsh making a run. Welsh making a run against Alex as well. That's interesting. The Welsh-Alex pair is up. Welsh is up against Alex. Velar and George's Meme, SAI. These are all, we got a bunch of gainers, a bunch of green since everything collapsed. So might be some opportunity to still take advantage of some discounts on some of these amazing projects. Some of them are down over the last 7 days. So worth taking a look at those items. Take a look at the news today. Your daily news here. We got the numbers. We got Marathon Holdings loses $46 million in BTC crash. Marathon Holdings reported a $46 million unrealized loss following Bitcoin's sharp correction, one of the largest single-week paper hits among public BTC holders. The company's massive exposure makes it a bellwether for institutional conviction in Bitcoin, and despite the loss, Mara says it's holding firm. This event highlights how corporate treasuries that embraced BTC are now facing real-time volatility as markets digest macro pressure and ETF speculation. And that's actually a great point. This was a good barometer for how such a drawdown might affect these treasury companies, and be worth seeing how they respond in the next couple of days in general. I would definitely be paying attention, fam. U.S. government shutdown delays ETF approvals. A potential U.S. government shutdown could delay the SEC's review of both Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs applications, putting timelines in limbo for issuers like BlackRock and Fidelity. With the SEC's operations partially frozen during a shutdown, the approvals investors have been counting on could slide by weeks or even months. This uncertainty introduces new friction right as the ETF inflows are surging, showing how policy dysfunction can ripple through crypto markets. Stacking DAO today. Stacking DAO is a great place to engage in stacking. When you stack your stacks, you earn native Bitcoin rewards. You can engage in native Bitcoin stacking at Stacking DAO and get 9.51% with your rewards paid directly in Bitcoin. Or you can engage in liquid stacking with STSTX yield coming in at 8.2% with your yields realized in stacks. And you hold the liquid STSTX token, which you can then deploy further into a robust Bitcoin-centric DeFi ecosystem on stacks. Or you can get your yield at 7.96% with your STX BTC and your yield in SBTC coming in at 7.96%. And again, you have a liquid staked asset that you can hold for that. Hyperliquid CEO exchanges mask true market risk. So it claims that the exchanges are masking market risk. Hyperliquid co-founder Jeff Yan argues that centralized exchanges are making the true level of market volatility through opaque liquidity and order book management. According to Yan, these practices create an illusion of stability that can vanish under stress, similar to the 2022 contagion collapses. His comments reignite calls for transparent on-chain trading infrastructure where real liquidity and leverage can be verified, an area where Bitcoin-anchored DeFi continues to expand. It is curious that we want to make sure that we're all aware of the actual risk. If there's a systemic risk to the networks, I don't really believe that that's a huge concern right now, but you never know. You never know. And if you can't verify, don't trust it. Bitget report 66% plan to invest more in crypto. A new Bitget report paints a surprisingly bullish picture. 66% of active crypto users plan to increase their exposure in the next 12 months. The survey spans major regions and highlights continued optimism despite global macro uncertainty. Notably, younger investors view crypto as a hedge against inflation and restrictive banking systems. This resilience underscores how conviction in digital assets remains strong even through corrections, suggesting deeper adoption cycles ahead. Now, could the collapse or their drawdown from Friday maybe affect some of these people's plans? Yeah, it can. But the recovery probably quells some of that adjustment in their planning. And the quick recovery might actually even spur people to get a move on their buying in as they see they maybe had an opportunity to buy the dip that they didn't jump on immediately. So that's food for thought there. Bitflow is the top DEX on Stacks, the DEX aggregator. They aggregate the best swap rates. You can trade STX, FBTC, USDC, and more. Access deep liquidity and the HODLMM liquidity market maker beta launches this week. Start swapping at bitflow.finance now. Crypto casinos reshape digital finance and play. Decentralized gaming platforms and crypto casinos are emerging as one of the fastest growing DeFi sectors by integrating tokenized liquidity pools and on-chain reward systems. They blur the lines between entertainment and finance. Projects are experimenting with transparent smart contract payouts and provably fair games, offering yield-bearing assets while users play. It's a glimpse of how Web3 can merge gaming culture and decentralized finance and potentially onboard millions of new crypto participants. Very interesting how gaming options might actually shift how DeFi functions as we get more more retail engagement, and those processes evolve. It'll be interesting to see what the future will look like in that respect. ETF flows last week, by the way, this is all good news. Bitcoin spot ETFs saw $3.24 billion in net inflows, and Ethereum spot ETFs saw $1.3 billion in net inflows, reversing prior outflows for the several weeks beforehand. That's a big deal. Lots coming in, lots going on. We had a technical difficulty with the whatever morning. Binta rugged, and we only had about 10 minutes. Follow back. That's not right. Hold on. I gotta confirm that. I am following her. I hate, the bugginess of some of these things is just silly. At 8 a.m. every Monday through Friday, we have that whatever morning space. It's a great time. Binta rugged, and we were right in the middle of having some great conversation there. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more detail tomorrow. We do this show every Monday through Friday at 8:30 a.m. We bring you the news, some entertainment. We have the boys come on and talk in a minute. If I can just kind of stop rambling over the news. We have Fine Turn Round at 9:30 with the Game Master Zenitron, sponsored by Leo Coin, Flat Earth, Bitcoin Pepe, Droid Token, POS Token on Stacks, and Skullcoin, sponsoring our daily jackpot rounds where you can get 20 plus STX up for grabs every day, plus a bunch of those meme tokens that we talked about, the sponsored rounds, 5 sponsored rounds or more every day here on DeOrganized at 9:30. The AI Guild space is at 3 p.m. with the AI Guild Hero Gamer, 300, Nosferatu, and Bolu Peak and the group there. Really great stuff happening with the Stacks AI Guild. You guys should definitely check them out if you're not familiar. ATC at 5:30 with Dave, Cool, Nat, and Cryptolandia and the gang. It's a great time. And then we round out our day at the DeOrganized Nightly Show with GPSC and friends. It is the vibe. It is the place to go. And we like to get into it there. If you're not paying attention, you should be. Real quick, I do want to just shout out our amazing sponsor marketing partners at Bitflow and Stacking DAO. Stacking DAO is the leading liquid staking platform for the Stacks network. Stacking DAO is changing the game by letting users earn up to 10% APY on their STX while keeping their assets liquid. Unlike traditional staking, their unique design means no minimums and users start earning rewards immediately. So there are zero switching costs when moving from other stacking pools. Plus, you've got options. You can choose to get your rewards in STX or SBTC, whatever fits your strategy. You want to start earning yields today? Head over to stackingdow.com and jump on in. Stacking DAO is where liquidity meets opportunity. And Bitflow is the top DEX on Stacks. Why are they the top DEX on Stacks? Well, I'll tell you, because they let you trade native BTC, STX, SBTC, USDC, runes, and more all in one place. By aggregating the best prices on Alex, Arcadico, and Valar, recently Bitflow rolled out Flex pools, launching with STX pools to support liquid staking assets, offering flexible deposits, smarter rewards, and deeper liquidity. Read no impermanent loss when you deposit your STX unilaterally and start earning yields in the pools and the farming rewards over at bitflow.finance. And with that, I will bring on the bros. We got GP in the house.
Good morning, dude. Happy Monday, man.
Did you get another new hat, or is that a?
Yeah, dude, I'm feeling spoiled, man. I ain't even gonna lie.
GP's like gonna start rocking new hats every day. I like it. Bolu Peak in the house. What's up, Bolu? How you doing today, man?
Hey guys, how are you guys
What's up,
doing?
Bolu?
It's good to be here today. I'm good. How are you doing?
Glad you made it. I think this might be is this the first time we've gotten you on the morning show? I know you've been on the night show a few times.
Yeah, this is my first time on the morning show.
All right, let's go. I love that, man. Love that. Love having you here, and thank you for joining us today. 300 also in the house this morning. What's up, Hannah? How you doing today, man? You got a new mic? Is that what that is?
Let's go. Oh, yeah.
You can't hear us?
No,
You guys
nothing
can't hear
coming
you.
through. Yeah. Nope.
Can't
nothing
hear
coming
you.
through. You still look like a stud though. Look at that handsome dude. Oh man. But yeah, crazy weekend, man. Friday it seemed like so it went from Trump making an announcement, right, about these tariffs. And what's up, Tenderly? Good morning, guys. Good morning. Yeah, dude.
GM, can you?
Yes.
Yes,
Now we can
dude.
hear
That's
you.
my guy. What's up? What's
Yeah.
up, Hunter?
Yeah, sir.
Struggling.
How's my lightning like? Is my lightning system okay?
Looking good, man.
Looking
Looking
good,
good.
man.
I see some handsome dudes in the building. Some real deal later killers. Let's go.
I see
Done data.
Jegalo. Yeah.
Take a look.
Yeah. Hope you guys are well. Yeah, I was struggling with the mic cables, and we were having an awesome conversation on the space, and then it dragged. Wanted to celebrate our GPS.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Good morning, Eric from X Inc.
What up, dude?
Yes, you should definitely. GP is definitely a hat. These guys wear hats. I'll put one on, or I'll throw it on the Billy cat, if I have to. That's my stacking down cap right now.
It's the weight of my heart, man.
Anthony Story's in the comments, and he's asking, is Munib and his family buying STX? Let him show the community how much they are buying. Sell some Bitcoin for STX, Munib. I don't know about what he's selling or how he's financing a buy, but I do know that he announced on Friday, right as the dip happened, I'm buying here. So he absolutely said he was.
Those should have been protected, man.
I'm not asking for receipts, but the last time he made a big buy and publicly announced it, he did provide the receipts. So
he did.
He
provided that transaction and all, and he even stacked it on Stacking DAO. He did announce that he's like, it was very vague of a post, but he said buying STX here, I think is what the post was. So
yeah.
Last time didn't he buy close to 10 million?
Yes. Yeah, that was about, and then he stacked it.
Stacking.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I just wanted to just dissect a little bit about like what happened on Friday. So a tweet went out from Trump saying, here, maybe I can find it. He said that something about things were escalating with China or something like that. The market crashed. And then
so what catalyzed it was China put all sorts of restrictions on their rare earth minerals and other necessary resources that are required for global production.
Chip manufacturing and
all
manufacturing
that. and production, especially like chips, like highly important stuff, highly important tech production. So that was the catalyst for the declaration of the establishment of basically what is a punitive tariff.
So which means all our crypto prices are now in their hands, controlled by the institutions, right?
I mean, to an extent, they already were, apparently, right? Because if they weren't, then that wouldn't have had the same effect. But it's not even that the prices are in their hands. It's that something like that can spook players in the markets, and a lot of these guys, especially the ones that are putting assets on their balance sheets, these treasury assets, especially ones that are issuing debt or corporate debt or issuing securities to cover the cost. They absolutely can't risk having a huge devaluation of what they're holding on their balance sheets, because it can really affect a lot of things for them. So there's probably a little bit of panic on that end, but really it was I don't know exactly the details. There was something to do with the Japanese yen. Was also like there was a lot of people speculating on the value of the yen, and this had a huge negative effect versus what a lot of people were speculating on. So that also caused a really quick reaction in the market because people had to go leverage trades there, and it just spiraled throughout the whole markets. It wasn't manipulation so much. In my opinion, it wasn't manipulation of crypto so much as just macro situations in play.
People going risk off, seeing Trump saying retaliatory tariffs, now we're doing tariffs on China, of 100+% on anything from China, and then the next day he goes and says, President Z just had a bad day. He's not a bad guy. He doesn't want his country to go into depression, and neither do I. So the market started to recover from that.
Very well worded statement, by the way, because saying he's not a bad guy, he just made a mistake.
He had a bad day. Yeah.
Right. That was well calculated because it allows them it gives them the roadmap to. It's not flexing on them with our response. It's saying, hey, we're gonna sort this all out.
Yeah.
Let's figure out how to do it, and it gives them an opportunity to kind of, they can change course and then we can change course. It makes it open, versus if he came out posturing and flexing, that would actually make it harder to make it happen.
Right. That was a $20,000 candle. It went, I think it went, wasn't that the biggest candle in Bitcoin history was that $20,000 candle. It went from 122K all the way down to 102K. Right. So that was very big. And of course, everything in the market kind of moves off of what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin is king when it comes to price action, and everything had a drawdown. Every single cryptocurrency out there. I don't think there was one green candle out there, during this major volatility event. And I saw a post that kind of worded it very well, that if this is your first black swan event, right? Meaning an event that is just completely not out of the cards, but not seen, not forecasted. You just wouldn't see that. How could you see this coming? Unless you saw the news beforehand and you got news that Trump was about to make a post about it, right? But yes, if this was your first black swan event, now you've got that under your belt. That can happen. Volatility does come to the market, and the market will move to where the most liquidity is. So I feel like I've heard this saying as well, is you show me the charts and I'll show you the news. These catalysts and these new big news events are almost the way that they control to get to where the liquidity is, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm doing word salad right now, but that shook me up. I think a lot of people were shook up, and you made a very valid point. Be very, very, very careful with leverage. No matter how or what instrument you are using to leverage your positions, it can hit you. It can bite you in the ass, and you can lose your whole shirt. So, I'm really, my heart goes out there for anyone that just went through this black swan event and lost their shirt, because that's not what we want. We want everybody to win, right? We want a more decentralized ethos to where we have self-sovereignty and all of that. And that's what people are trying to do. And, exploring the tools that are out there, and unfortunately, this is a do your own research event, and it is good research. You now have that under your belt. If you had losses, you have that experience. So keep your frequency high. Keep it pushing. This is not the end. It's probably not the only event that's going to happen like that. It will happen again. I'm not saying that it'll happen soon or later, but it will happen again. And just be prepared and use these types of events as a learning and growing experience. And don't be too hard on yourself if you did have losses, because we've all been there. I think that anybody in this room can tell you that, like, if you've like played with leverage a little bit, you get liquidated and you learn from it and you grow from it. So it makes you a stronger, more valuable individual, having that under your belt now. So keep your frequency high, keep loving the room, don't be hard on yourself.
And that's it, man. And honestly, what I had said earlier about this is, like, I've been around. I've been paying attention, a lot of attention to crypto since 2017. That's when I'd heard about it before then. I started, my first time I actually bought any Bitcoin was in 2015. I didn't buy a lot of it. I bought it because I thought there was something, I was convinced that there was something coming out that was going to be the next Bitcoin. Bitcoin had already gone up to about $1,000, which was a big deal at the time. And I bought some Bitcoin, and I used all of that Bitcoin to buy a shitcoin that rubbed, very shortly after I bought it, because there was a fatal flaw in their design. They were supposed to be like better than Bitcoin, called Quark Coin. And but my point for saying this is I've been paying attention in earnest, trying to understand how it all works, understanding the cycle dynamics, the halving cycle. It's a 4-year halving cycle. There's a run up, there's a drawdown. There's a run up, there's a drawdown, and it all has to do with the halving cycle. Now, at some point, those will become less volatile in both directions, by the way. You have diminishing returns. So we're not going to get the same multiple run up on Bitcoin this cycle as we did last cycle. We're not going to get the same multiple run on most of the projects that have been established for at least a couple of cycles. They're all going to have diminishing returns. So you're not going to see the same volatility up or down, but it's always going to happen. So, and along the way in the bull run, it's customary to have like 20 to 30% drawdowns. That's common. It happens every time, and usually a couple of times during the bull run. So get used to this and plan accordingly. If you haven't experienced this before, use this as a learning event so that you can kind of be prepared for next time, and you understand how to maneuver, how to make sure you're not over leveraging yourself, so that you can actually be positioned to, at the worst, ride it out, and at the best, maybe pack some of your bags in the midst of it.
Almost 100 billion. So it's 800 billion. So this is a really good breakdown of what happened, right? So we see here that the total crypto market cap hits 4.1 trillion here, and then immediately starts to pull back a little bit, and then Trump announces the 100% tariff on China, which then cascaded into a total crypto market cap falls 800 billion to 3.3 trillion. We start to see things kind of chop sideways, and then crypto adds 500 billion on China Trump statements. So this happened, and then they got less bearish, and they, I guess, communicated and then put out different statements, which then renewed some confidence, and then people either bought back or whatever it was. But this was a massive deleveraging event. I'm imagining I think it was something like 350, don't quote me, but like $350 billion in liquidity just liquidated. Boom.
It was a huge number. I don't even really remember what it was now. Yep. But it was like a huge number. Big, like, not, but that's what we're dealing with right now. That's what these markets are. We're in these markets with this kind of volatility.
I heard that there was a wallet that was created like overnight, and it opened up a trade and it made a huge profit. So it seems like an inside trade or something.
Yes. So 30 minutes before. Yes, 30 minutes before Trump made that statement, that kind of the 100% tariffs, that wallet was created. they opened up a short position on Bitcoin, and then within 15 minutes or so, that position was up $200 million in profit. And
It's
this
good
morning,
it's good to be in the know, bros. It's good to be in the know.
yeah, I think it's Nancy Pelosi, to be real.
I don't think Trump told her. I don't think Trump clued her into the maneuver, to be honest with you. But,
Trump has a mole, and
it
the
was
mole
linked
told
to
Nancy.
Pelosi. That's a hot one.
Hot take. Well, and I also saw on the timeline today that same wallet, Hannah, ended up adding like 46 million to that short position that they opened. So they still have that position open apparently, and then are adding to it. So you just brace yourself, guys. We don't know what type of news is going to come next. People are calling for max pain now, of course, across the timeline, and saying that this is just the beginning of a crash. And that was really interesting what you were talking about, Peace, about like these treasury companies, right, that are kind of utilizing these different tools to then leverage their positions to buy Bitcoin. What happens whenever they don't have the capital to cover their LTVs, right? And then we see these treasury companies start to capitulate, and then that would be huge because they own a lot of Bitcoin. So just prepare yourself. The only thing that we can do is kind of sit and watch and learn from this event. It always happens in these cycles too. Me and Darth talked a lot about this. He's very well versed in kind of how price action works and all of that stuff. And he was calling it like a couple months ago. He's like, yeah, about time for a black swan event, and then it did go to 126.2K for Bitcoin per Bitcoin before we saw the black swan event, and it did happen. So you kind of called that. I got to give him that. But
it's not even a broad catalyzing event, to be honest. It's this is a short-term thing. The markets will adjust, and then everything else will move up from there. I want to address Anthony Fiore, who's been a long-time listener, been in Stacks for a long time. He has a couple of comments. This first comment doesn't all fit entirely on the screen, so I'm going to read it out. And I want to respond. All the supporting Stacks companies that are allegedly trying to help Stacks need to start accounting for what utility their employees are providing the Stacks project. I've been around a very, very long time, and I see the same people here for years who basically are collecting a check, but make it appear they are influential in bringing others to Stacks. And I will address that, but I also he also says, what is the Stacks relationship with Alex? Why is the topic so taboo? This needs to be addressed by Munib, in my opinion. Silence is not the answer. So to the Alex question, I don't know about the relationship because I'm not an insider. I know a lot of these people through our work with DeOrganized and our participation in a bunch of things going on in the ecosystem. I'm on the governance cab. We handle SIP calls, the SIP shows. We do that. I'm a D grant steward. I was on the marketing working group. So I know a lot of these people, and I can tell you this. And I've only been becoming integrated with these people in a regular basis in the last 6 to 9 months, maybe. So I'm not an insider. I can give you a somewhat different perspective, maybe than some people have. As far as Alex goes, if it wasn't for Alex, Stacks never would have been anywhere near as competitive as it was in the last couple of years as a legitimate layer 2. It was the only exchange that had any real liquidity and real functionality and liquidity pools and token launching way back when there was nothing else going on the platform that was really functional. So they were a huge value add to the ecosystem. Unfortunately, they had a couple of security vulnerabilities exploited. I don't know the details about them. It sucks. It has really actually been a huge detriment to our ecosystem. Both of those happened at times where where the ecosystem was vulnerable too. I think the price action right now that we're experiencing is largely in relation to that last exploit that happened back in, I think, June, late May or early June, right around the time that we were announcing the endowment proposal and all of that. So it was terrible timing. But I don't know that there's any kind of special relationship between Stacks and Alex. I don't believe Alex is being given any specific treatment. Alex did make all of the people, I believe, they've made all the people whole.
From the second one.
On the second one, and I'm hoping that they can rebound. However, I totally understand it's a hard situation for Alex to be in or for the community to really try to get into that. So as far as that goes, I don't know of any other specific relationship. I focus predominantly on Bitflow and Valar right now when I'm looking to trade, because I find that those to be. I will use Alex, but it's with caution, and I say that with, I know the people at Alex.
Great people.
Hassan's a great guy. They're all good. They're all good. I mean, they're decent people over there. I just don't like. They have their problems with the platform, and their reputation taking a hit. So it's going to take some time to build that back. As to the first point about the people in the entities, and I think part of what's going on is the design of the entities, which was dictated by the SEC in order to become an approved security when Stacks first launched. The foundation, trust machines, hero systems, the way the entities were set up, and the funding of those entities made it really hard for them to work collectively towards the same goals and leverage the strengths of the entities together. And that actually is the main focus. There's two focuses of the endowment: the establishment of the endowment, the Stacks Labs entity, and how that's going to be moving forward. And it really is to make a more centralized entity that is tasked with moving the ecosystem forward. And that is Stacks Labs' goal now, and for moving forward. It remains to be seen how effective they'll be, but I do know that they're taking it seriously. There is, once we get a marketing executive whose task is to spend budget and allocate budget specifically towards marketing and growing the ecosystem, I think that that'll have a huge impact. We don't have that right now. We have a lot of people at the foundation doing a lot of things. Rick does a great job with amplification, and Shannon does a great job with the events and everything. And there's a ton of technical people that are doing great stuff. I think that Kenny does a great job with dev relations, and so does Eric at Hero Systems. And there's a lot of opportunity coming. We'll have to wait and see. But
I just wanted to touch on this point too, right? Like that, we spoke about taking accountability of what people are doing. I think that the endowment is kind of.
Who said I don't know what's going on? I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all, man. You're not listening. So maybe I don't know what's going on in Alex. I'm not running Alex, and I don't have a seat at the table. But I mean, that's not the responsibility of Stacks to run Alex. Alex isn't a community-owned entity. They're their own entity. So that's up to them, to do. And it's not. I don't have a direct influence on that. Why would I? How am I supposed? We know what Alex is. We know what Alex is doing. They're an exchange, but
I mean, I know Peace is Satoshi Nakamoto, but I don't think he has anything to do with Alex. So,
I thought it was a real name.
Yeah, true.
but yeah, like speaking on the point of like taking accountability of the people that are working at the core level for Stacks, like I know these guys are grinding, and the community is just like kind of curious about like what they do for Stacks, right? Maybe something good would have like a one pager of everybody that works under Stacks Labs now, and giving a description of just a brief description of the things that they are tasked with taking care of, and that way it's more transparent. People have those questions because we don't know what things they're putting their hands on, and and it's up to the endowment committee or the Stacks Labs to do that. It's like if they deem that fit, then they'll do it, right? But I know that everybody is grinding to push the space forward and try to provide value in their own way. So whenever you're providing value, you want to know what the people on payroll are doing as well whenever you're dedicating your time. So I get why the questions are being asked, but I don't think it's not a thing. It's a nothing burger when you go to say like, hey, like what is such and such doing for Stacks? You're getting at like they're working is what they're doing. They're trying to secure deals and then like getting in touch with the community. The main Stacks handle is actually starting to post more about what's going on the ground floor as well. Whoever's running that and doing that has been doing a great job. And we're now seeing like Brandon Marshall. We now have a job description of what he does. He's going to be lead community. So like for Stacks Lab, he's going to like, we know what he does, but having a one pager just to show what everybody does, like maybe Rena, maybe Kate, everybody that's going to be involved would be good. That way these types of questions don't come up.
That's not a bad. So I will agree that they did a lot of internal hiring without posting positions, which I can appreciate why they would do it that way, because they have all of these people that are being displaced that they know have a working relationship within the ecosystem. They know what their strengths are. So I don't think that that's on its face, I don't think that that's a bad situation or a bad problem per se. But I do think that posting some of these positions out publicly and getting some outside candidates to fill some of these positions would have been a good idea.
I agree.
I agree. But I also understand that they're looking at it as we're already streamlining some headcount.
And they're trying to get things done as fast as possible too. Whenever you bring somebody from outside of the ecosystem that is not familiar with what's going on, you have to train them and then get them up to speed and stuff like. So they're really trying to do this fast and efficiently. So I see why they're kind of hiring from within. The whole point of the endowment was to get all of these core entities under one roof so they can streamline, like you said, right? So, yeah, dude. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. It's not interrupting. We're having a conversation. So, and I agree with you. It's not easy, but you can't please everybody. That's another thing. You gotta do what's right. And sometimes some people's opinion of what you should do doesn't necessarily align with what you think you need to do. And that's a great point. Like you have a bunch of people that are already in roles at these entities. It makes sense. Like, I don't think Brandon's a great example because it was public when he was announced as his role and he made a public post. Right. And I think he's a great person for that job. I think he has the skill for that job. I don't think that it was a bad hire per se. And he comes from within Trust Machine, so he already has a working relationship with the people that he's going to be working with. He knows the ecosystem. But I do think that posting that publicly might have actually given, it just might have been a little bit more encouraging to the community as far as opportunities available, but you're also right, putting people in there that are already doing some of the work, that already have a proven track record within the ecosystem, definitely has advantages, especially when you're trying to move quickly.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be like, we're still on the same track, right? We're building the foundation of, everything that is to come. We have these major updates to Clarity that are coming, that are going to be, kind of addressing some of the, they're going to be updating Clarity to make it more safe for builders to use it as well. They've identified some things that need to be tweaked, so to speak. And, we have a lot more than that. That's just that. And then now we're going to have like smart wallets that is going to make it a bit easier to onboard people into the ecosystem. You sign up and you use passkey, you have your passkey, so like we have these different things that are coming to our ecosystem, including MCP servers for stacks to make vibe coding easier for developers and or founders, a little bit, the barrier for entry on coding and developing an app a little lowering it a little bit. So
what it also does is it makes the platforms that are utilizing the MPC servers more discoverable to the agents, and it makes them, when the agents discover them, the language is in a way that they can communicate better with what they're trying to engage with. So it's not just vibe coding, but it will absolutely affect that, because the agent you're using to code now can understand, you can send it to go learn about this and learn about that, and it gets a little bit more meaningful understanding of what you're trying to build, and what you're trying to build around, and what you're trying to integrate with. So it's a tremendous tool for a number of reasons, but it probably also it's almost going to be necessary for websites and platforms to have those and have them done well. It's going to be similar to like having good SEO and good metadata in your socials and stuff.
And also like having these servers as well, like you can connect agents, like Stacks and SBTC is going multi-chain. We have MCP servers that can now probably communicate depending on what people build. And now having one for Stacks specifically, you can I would imagine you can connect these different apps, right? Some multi-chain apps can come out of it. So I think that would be pretty cool to see. There's a lot more good than bad going on. There are things that, like, of course, I agree with, that come from the community side. Like, we want to see more transparency. We want to see this, and this, and all of the. I agree with all of that. Like, it's cool to know, but it's not like we are not owed that information either. So it'd be nice, but at the same time, we have a lot of innovation taking place. I wanted to touch on the point you tried to like buy on the lows whenever that liquidation wick happened.
I was frustrated, I'll tell you that. I was letting everybody know on the Purple Pill Friday what I was experiencing and what I thought about it, because it was sketchy. It was sketchy as hell. More people than not. Nobody was trying to sell their stacks at 20 cents.
Right.
But people wanted to buy on the exchange and they couldn't. Who was able to buy? How did the price get up to 40 cents if the exchanges had it all on lockdown? Or
the limit orders that were already set there by big players.
And also
that, or certain people have access beyond the retail mechanisms.
What's up, Hannah?
And also, some exchanges, they when stakes face something like this, they deactivate the exchange between stakes or USDT or withdrawals. They just disable the whole trading flow for stakes.
Yeah, and that's the problem with centralized exchanges, is that they have that on and off switch that they could then use. Like Peace talked about Robinhood, right? It reminded him of Robinhood whenever GameStop was kind of doing its thing. They halted trading.
It didn't remind me of Robinhood. I tried to make buys on Robinhood, and my buys kept failing. I couldn't buy anything on Robinhood. I tried to get a discount on Solana. I tried to get a discount on some Aave. I tried to buy some, and you couldn't buy anything on
trash, dude.
Solana. Yeah.
You know,
on Robinhood. You couldn't buy on Robinhood. Couldn't buy on Coinbase. I'm sure most of the other exchanges had the same thing going on.
Yeah, this is the why for decentralization, you know, and self-sovereignty and trading using DEXs. They won't pause trading on DEXs. You might find that like what you experienced is like liquidity and all that stuff. Like it was a little bit difficult on some platforms, but we still had access to make our buys on different SIP10 assets within the ecosystem via DEXs. So, yeah, just a crazy experience. Some people knew it was coming, some didn't, and then some people weren't able to capitalize on it, and only big players were. So, just buy Bitcoin.
Buy Bitcoin. Don't mess with leverage, because when you need to actually get the hell out of your leverage position, you won't have access.
Yeah,
you won't have access.
Nope.
So plan accordingly. Make sure you set good stop losses properly and all of that. If you are going to engage in that stuff, most people should just leave it alone. That being said, we are just about time for Find to Earn. Actually, we're a little bit over time. The Game Master is on his way. Guys, I'm going to play a quick word from our sponsors, and then we will be back with Find to Earn rounds momentarily. We'll see you soon. Stay tuned. It is time. The Game Master has arrived in his true form. It is time for Find to Earn. How are you today, sir?
GM Mortos, as eternal as ever.
Good morning,
begin.
Good luck, Hunter.
Are you okay? Are you still alive after this crash day?
I'm still alive. Doing all right. You look a little pale though today, sir. Are you feeling okay?
Still play with leverage, yeah. Hilarious.
Yeah, it's great. No, honestly, it is what it is. You know, the market does what it's going to do. We've been around long enough to know that that's what happens, and we're always ready for it. You know, we know that they're not going to let us buy in big bags at the bottom, because of course they're not. But we do know that we're not going to capitulate when that stuff happens, and we will make sure that we just keep our eyes open for the right opportunities along as we can. GM Megaphone. Guys, we have Find to Earn rounds sponsored by some of our best meme coin projects on Stacks, including Leo Coin, Flat Earth, Bitcoin Pepe, the STX AI POS token on Stacks, and Droid, the Nakamoto One Droid project. The rounds are played on Skullcoin BTC on X, but you do get an advantage by tuning into the show. I forgot we were actually going to incorporate a secret word, but we won't do that today because I totally forgot about it and I haven't set anything up about it. But we will play our regular rounds. We have jackpot round coming up last with 20 STX or more. We have a bunch of whitelist rounds. If you're looking to get added to the whitelist, that's for new players. It makes it a little bit easier to learn how to play the game. And we have open rounds for all of our OG big time players. The first round today is going to be a Leo coin round. And this is the image you guys are going to be looking for. You do get an advantage by tuning into the beginning of the live stream because we give you this image ahead of time. So you're going to be looking for this image with the writing on the outside of the door there and the cats in the circle. Leo won't be sitting there, but everything else in this image will be here. And you might want to take a look at this directional item. It'll tell you which side of the street it's on if you're paying attention. When you find the route, when you find the location, you click the share image. You go over to the game round post. You drop it in the comments underneath the post. If you're the first one to find it, you will win the prize for the round. This is a round sponsored by Leo. You're going to get some Leo coin if you are the first one. 2 rules. 1, you must share out the live stream in order to be eligible to win. So share out the live stream now. And then you also must like and repost the game rounds. If you answer and you didn't like and repost the game rounds, you will lose your prize, you will forfeit your winnings, and you will feel shamed.
And you will pack pieces bags.
And you will pack my bags. That goes back into the kitty for more game rounds. So these game rounds will launch on the Skullcoin BTC page in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go, dude. Let's go. Hajime. All right, let me pull up this screen here. All right, so we are on the Skullcoin BTC page here. Looking for the broadcast. Make sure that you go to DeOrganized BTC.
Hajime.
Broadcast out. We are liking and sharing the Leo game round. Boom, boom, like this. Taking a look and taking a mental snapshot.
Let's go.
There you go. Leo is sitting on a shipping container of some sort, I think. So I will be looking for that. There's a little house there in the background. It looks like a little slope here as well. And a building behind this said, container or whatever this may be. So we're going to go here to this link. Boom, boom. You click that link to the starting location. So here we go. Replacing the screen. I'll show you the starting location. All right. So we are looking in Hiroshima, Japan. All right. Beautiful, beautiful Japan. All right. So we click on this little yellow guy here. It'll pull up all the streets that you can look in. Boom, boom. And I'm going to ride in at the starting location and take a stroll up the street. Let's see. I'm feeling... Let's see which direction I'm feeling. Let's go this way. I want to take a peek down here and see if I can't find this storage container-esque building. We go around the corner. Not filling this direction. Let's just go back out to satellite view. Pull up our roads again.
Container, but it wasn't the right one.
Found some stairs, not the right one. Let's see, maybe over here. Yeah, kind of hard to see from. So I'm trying to figure out how Michael was using that 3D view. I need the alpha on that.
Have you not played with it?
No, I have not. I don't think it shows me for some reason. I don't know what I need to enable.
You need to enable the globe. There is a option to click on the globe. So yeah, here. No. Where is it? Terrain layers. Back to layers.
globe
All right,
view.
so go back to
Yeah, and here's
more.
more, and choose the
Globe
globe
view.
view in the bottom.
Yeah, at the
No,
bottom, right at the
in the
bottom.
bottom, globe view.
Globe view. Boom. Globe view selected. All right. Cool. And then zoom out to see the world in 3D. So let's see here.
Yeah, now change to satellite view. Yeah.
All right. So now, okay.
Is it working now?
I think
So
so.
you see over there, you have that 3D. See underneath your compass on the right, you have a little box that says 3D. There you go.
Oh, now I'm in the game. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you. So you can kind of
More
zoom
fun.
in and see at a different angle. Let's see about this. Oh yeah, that is so much better. Sick. You guys on the leaderboard, I'm coming
Yeah. And also,
for you.
you can easily
The
find the
alpha.
place using this type of view.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun because like it's like real world.
Yeah, I was finding it difficult to find some places, but with this view, it's much fun and easier to use.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little easier because you can see just a little bit of depth on the street,
That's cool.
like on the buildings and stuff. So it does.
Okay,
You can easily even
whitelist round. Let me launch it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Whitelist game.
Ande Hajime.
Jekalo.
First round of building.
Come on.
Vamos.
Jackalo, Hajime, Vamanos.
What is the
Andiamo.
Italian one?
I know
Andiamo.
that Eric taught us what it was. And Italian.
Andiamo means we go.
Yeah, there you go. Andiamo.
I had 3 years of Italian, and I also think 3 years of Spanish. Similar, by the way, very similar.
So you know,
Yeah.
a little lick. You know a little
I know a little bit.
Okay, the first person who found it's the Afrobeats culture.
Afrobeats culture.
Yeah,
That's a new
Nice.
one.
but all
Welcome.
players who
Congrats.
found, congrats, Franklin Jenier, G, Pico Rocks, the General Maurice White, Abimbola, Tukunos.btc, but that's it. Yeah, he was the first person, and we play open games. Everyone can participate, and this is not so hard game, so just play and try to win.
Let's
What
go.
I think I need to do is to improve on my commenting.
So yeah, today our POS coin stash is empty, and if they wanna participate, we'll talk to them. Also, I have Lobo coin, and we start tomorrow. With this
All right,
new-
let's go.
Yes, tomorrow we start the new
Monday.
game. I believe Lobo is a wolf. Yeah, it's a wolf character.
Lobo the wolf pup. Yes.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's great.
Sir, big shout out to Kukul Khan and the Lobo crew.
That's great. Okay, we have a cool world for wolves.
Nice. Nice. I'll actually quickly just gonna share what I'll switch back to GP in a second, but I just want to show everybody this is Lobo
Yeah, they have nice art, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun project. They are the number 9 meme on the number 9 rune on when runes minted out. Everyone that got a rune stone got an allotment of Lobo. So it's a big distribution, and then they were also very much tied to the the Runelings mint as well as the same crew.
Yeah, I forgot about that allotment of Lobo that you got for holding a rune stone. There's a few. There's also Zbit. There's a couple.
Is that how I got some Zbit? I was like,
Yep.
I don't remember buying this.
Yeah, that's how you got the Zbit. So Zbit is actually connected to, I think Bitcoin Machine did that, and they also have a game called Satoria, and that's their in-game currency.
Your GP, you're sharing. Like you're not sharing.
Show me the other one. Yeah, here. Let me go back.
So
but while we're at it, silver price hits a new all-time high. Here we go, guys. Let me bring it back to this gold coin page.
Okay, let's play. The next game we play Flat Earth game. You have to find some flat construction. We start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Ande, vamos.
All right, so vamos. Let's go, Haji man. So we're a Rollcoin BTC account. Looking for the flat Earth round. And yes, it does look flat. Boom. So we're liking and sharing.
Oh, you're on the wrong thing, GP.
Again. I've got too many tabs.
Is it Obama?
Story of my life. Story of my life, guys. I'm just trying. Struggle bus Mondays, huh? All right. So now
The struggle is real.
Yes, dude. All right. So I've refreshed now, and I'm on the right tab this time. You could almost always count on GP, not being prepared, but I have liked and shared out the game round here, looking for the flat Earth here. Clicking on this or copying locations if you already have Google
I
Maps.
think I'm getting too much excited with the 3D globe view.
That's what it was, man. That's what it was. And we're looking around in Switzerland right now. Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so much better. All right, let me change it up for you guys so you can see what I got going on. All right. Alrighty. Damn. It's just so cool, dude. It really is. I don't know, it's looking pretty flat over here, guys. What do you think?
Definitely some flatness. Going on there.
Yeah. Maybe that is why your globe view wasn't working.
Oh, it's too flat. Makes sense. Checks out, dude.
Okay, congrats everyone. We have a winner, and it's Elder Statement. He was the first. Fikri was too far. Also, all players who found Ahmadu Rufai, Bijan Hash, Nalofing, Only One MS, The Great One, White Crypto, Crystal Clear, Amit, Big Wells, BTC, Abimbola, Ojibonk, Franklin Jr. Well played, everyone. We have 2 games more. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, get ready, hunters. Get back. Say hi in the live chat, by the way, guys. Give us a good
Let's play the Pepe game. We just give you like 30 seconds and we play Pepe game.
Say hi in the live chat. I'm gonna give away a Welsh Punk NFT to somebody that says G Skull in the live chat. So yeah, I'll be reaching out to somebody, one lucky participant that says G Skull in the live chat. Let's go.
Let's go. Nice, GP.
Big shout out to Mr. Wolf and the Spaghetti Punk Club.
Big time. Big time. And the Welsh community doing that collab.
Yep. Big ups to the Welshies.
I remember doing an anthem for that.
I own that NFT as well.
Me too. So good. The anthem maker, dude. We got to launch our anthem soon, man.
We need a deal.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You have to.
Be more active. Be more active on the organized media. Don't forget to repost and like the stream. It's important. And we start the Pepe, Mrs. Pepe round. We start in 5,
This is Pepe.
Ooh.
4,
Oh, GP. There you
2,
go.
Oh, okay.
1. Let's go.
Okay.
Find the Pepe in pink.
Shout out to Lolo.
Andy.
Hey.
Hey,
See, guys, data-ing works.
Oh,
Data Inc. does work. You should check it out.
dating.
Look at Lolo here.
Mark is doing the Lord's work.
He's doing somebody's work. Huge shout out to Mark and the B Pepe crew.
love those guys.
OGs, sponsors since the beginning, since we first started asking people, they were all about it. And they're they have their regular show. They're always putting out for the community, and Mark is just an absolute G. So
Yep.
And it's the only Pepe coin you need to know about. It was here before the one on Ethereum. It's on Bitcoin. The frog is orange. What's cooler than that? Nothing.
Nothing, man. Nothing. B Pepe is based. Alright, so I'm looking for a pink garage, maybe in a residential area of somewhere. So let's see.
Seems like every garage here is pink, bro.
There's also like
How do they decide to do that?
it's,
How does that?
got some things that
Yeah. I
we're
don't know
looking
why-
around in
why
the
is
is
it-
it Turkey.
There's a lot of pink. It's Turkey.
Saying Turkey, maybe.
It's pronounced Turkey.
Turkey.
Yeah,
Gotta put the
welcome to
emphasis in
Turkey.
there.
That's everyone. The first person who finds is the great one. He was faster than Isaac. For 2
Oh.
seconds.
Wow.
Close.
Congrats,
Let's see this
hunters.
close. Let's go. All right, so TikTok, man, TikTok, you are right. That was a close round.
Okay, the next game we play the last round for today. It's like jackpot starting 25 stacks for the winner. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
5
sir.
5 minutes and no clue, right?
Okay, yeah, make countdown, please.
All right.
Okay.
No, you do it.
Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's
Hyundai.
go.
Vamos cá, vamos.
Exu.
Andiamo.
Exu. Andiamo.
Come on, come on.
This is my favorite.
Vamos cá.
Kamaska. Kamaska.
Hajime.
Hajime. All right, I'm trying to change my screen. Got a little lag for a second, but here we go. I'm going back to this Goldcoin BTC page. Boom, boom. Miss Pepe looking nice in her dress. Look at that. All right, going back to there. And we are here looking for the jackpot. round. Look at that chest. It is in between a brick wall of some sort, and there's a courtyard here of some fashion. Let's see if we can't find it.
I think it was politically correct to say Hajime because now we in Japan.
Let's go. We are in Japan.
Hajime.
Hajime is in
Hajime.
Finally, we reached Hajime.
Finally in Japan.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, looking around for a wall. See if I can find a wall.
So, two things I want to say while we're playing this last round for today. We made this leaderboard, first of all, for you, for players to see who is on the top, who is just grinding to go to the top, but we will use it. We will use it like by skill. We make whitelist by skill. For example, for gold players, for silver players. I believe tomorrow I will add one more whitelist round for following the leaderboard. Exclude our top players, just give opportunity everyone to participate because our pro players too good. And that's how we make like elo in chess. That's first thing I want to say. And the second, like today we have X Spaces with Stacks AI Guild.
Awesome.
And we talk about collaboration between our projects, but the most important, I will explain what is strike on stacks, what we are building, like following 31 grand, why it's big, why it have a lot of synergy with the organized show, with BoostX and with Stacks Guild. How can we play with this non-zero sum game together and build the biggest project in crypto? Yeah, so if you have a time, join to us, join this space, and I explain everything, what is Calcoin Souls, why NFT, how they will play this game, why this game is important, how the play mechanics. I will show the screenshots maybe from mechanics.
I like it. So you're going to be in that's at the AI Guild space at 3 p.m. today, Eastern?
Right, yeah.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to more details on that. I'm a huge fan of what you've been building out, obviously, and can't wait to hear more. But so with the leaderboard, what I think I understand, if I understand correctly, you're going to create whitelist rounds with some of the people that are on the leaderboard. They're not there, but they're lower tier leaderboard players.
Right.
But eliminating the top tier players, so it won't be necessarily for new players. It'll just be rounds that are for some of the experienced players to have an opportunity.
Yeah, for example, I can make a whitelist for people who have the wins below 20. For example, like it will be fair. It means these people can compete each other on the same skill level and boost their skills and top the position leaderboard.
I like it. You could also do something in the other direction where people because you have a weekly leaderboard too. So you could do a special rounds after the week, or special rounds based on who led for a specific week, and like only the top 10 people get to participate or something like that too.
Right.
I like it. So we're on the jackpot round, right? No winners yet, I'm assuming.
No, I think we have a winner. We have a crypto lady who found. I just.
Hey, wow, she did.
It was the first.
Congrats.
Maybe first, maybe not.
Some of these players are amazing. Like that was not an easy one to find, in my opinion.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. Me, I got lost in Japan.
Yeah, that was. She definitely has the right location. I don't know if it's I don't know if she was the first. I didn't see think she's the only one that got it right, actually.
So it was more like diagonal from the starting location.
Yeah, she was people. A lot of people found the gate, but it was wrong gate. So
Yeah, I think she's the only one that actually had the right
yeah,
gate. Well done, crypto lady. Congratulations and well done, hunters. Congratulations to all the winners. And thank you to everyone that participated and tuned in. Thank you guys for saying Skull in the live chat. GP, don't forget to copy and pick a winner.
Absolutely.
For that contest. And thank you for offering that, by the way. I think that's actually a fun way to engage in the live chat a little bit to give everyone an opportunity there. We should do more of that.
Genius.
Yeah, I like it. So guys, there's lots going on in the ecosystem today. The Stacks AI Guild space is happening at 3 p.m. All things crypto at 5:30. The nightly show with GP and friends at 7 p.m. or shortly thereafter. He likes to make it fashionably a little bit late, but that's all right. Anything else going on, Zenny? Anything else you want to let us know about? I know you already gave us kind of a mouthful.
yeah. Just come today to the X space, and we will talk on any topic.
Right on. We will be there. I will definitely be joining myself. I like to get into that as often as I can, unless somebody hits me up on a meeting that I have to jump into, and then I'm hosed. But which absolutely can happen any day, just like the market can collapse if you're engaging in leverage and you don't know what you're doing. So beware. Get into the spaces. The GP, what do you got going on today?
Yeah. So I'll be selecting a winner for last week's content contest in the Stacking DAO and Zest Discords. I'll be putting out a new challenge today and just getting set up for the rest of the week. I have to set up for the poker tournament that's gonna be up this weekend and all sorts of stuff, man. Like it's been a really, really cool journey. I know that this week over the weekend it may have gotten a little stressful, guys. Keep your head on. It is what it is. Like it was kind of out of our control, so keep your spirits high and keep pushing. We are at the right place at the right time. Sometimes it doesn't feel like that, but we are exactly where we need to be. And yeah, man, have high frequencies and may love surround all of you guys.
Right on. Hunter, any last words before we wrap up the show for today?
Yeah, make sure you don't miss the Stacks AI Guild space. We're gonna have the legend Zenny is gonna come through, share some alpha of what's going on with the game in collaboration with the Stacks AI Guild.
Let's go. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Another great episode. I am Peace Love Music. We are DeOrganized Media, coming at you live on Bitcoin Live Decentralized Broadcasting. Don't take it too seriously. Tomorrow's another day, and plan accordingly. You got to eat tomorrow too, so don't spend more than you can afford to lose at any one time.
Yeah, only 20x leverage. Let's go.
Maximum.
He drops.
We need a puff of smoke when he leaves.
Yes, we do, dude. We do. We could use Decrypt for that.
Yeah, we could definitely have some stuff we want to do there. Thank you guys. Much love. Kill the week. We got 4 more episodes of this show coming at you tomorrow through Friday, plus all sorts of stuff we'll be doing around in the ecosystem. Get out and support. And like I said, don't take it too seriously. We're all going to die anyway. Peace out.
Peace.
Thank you.